What's up, everybody? This is your favorite cousin Rich. And I have a question. I spoke on it briefly on the video recording I dropped this morning, but I want to bring it up again and go more in depth. And is it time for the remnant to separate ourselves and to grow? Could associating ourselves with the black community, could that be holding us back from what we could achieve? Because we already know that only a remnant is going to make it. Everybody's not going to make it. So is it time for us to say, okay, we recognize that we are the remnant. We recognize that we are the ones ready to grow. We are the ones ready to take accountability for what we need to do in order to do what we need to do. Is it time for the remnant to separate? And I think about it over and over and over and over again. And I believe it is time. It is time for the remnant to separate themselves from the black community. Because in whole, I believe the black community does want to do better, but it's the difference between wanting to do better and willing to take the proper steps and the sacrifices needed. No, everybody wants better until you have to put in the work. Everybody wants better until you have to change your ways. And that's why I asked this question. Is it time for the remnant to separate ourselves? And I say yes. I say it is time for us to create our new black community. It's time for us to come together, the remnant, and form a community so we can grow. So we can grow to the heights that we know that we can grow, that we can achieve, the things that we can achieve, the things that we can accomplish. It's time. I feel like the longer that we continuously associate ourselves with the black community will be the longer that we will be able to, or let me rephrase that, the longer that we associate ourselves with the black community will be the longer that we will not be able to achieve the goals and the things that we want to be able to achieve. It's almost like the black community and associating ourselves is a crutch. It's an anchor into what we really want to do and where we really want to grow. I said grow, but I meant go. But it's both. The things that we really want to, the heights that we really want to go to, and the heights that we really want to grow to. And I've been, writing down my notes and all these things. And I came up with a list of things of who this community isn't for. This community is not for the ego-driven. The ones who seek clout, seek attention, the ones that want to be seen but don't want to build. All those righteous leaders we had in the back in the day, where anytime something popped up, they were the first to be seen, and as soon as it blew over, they were nowhere to be found. You know who I'm talking about. You know those type of people I'm talking about. This is not for them. This isn't for the people who like complaining, who never want to take accountability. We know systematically what's been done to us. We know it. But this isn't for the people who's always looking out and putting the blame on other people, putting the blame on the system, always blaming the system, looking for a handout from the system. This community is not for the people who complain. Again, we understand that we're victims, but we don't live in victimhood. Again, we understand that we are victims, but we do not live in victimhood. Who else is this community not for? The ones who's not willing to grow. People who do not have a growth mindset. And we know a lot of people, especially in the black community, who do not have a growth mindset, who love stagnancy and comfortability. And that's a lot of 9-to-5 black people who don't want to grow, who are comfortable with their 9-to-5s because it gives them enough life. you know, enough for their car, their house, their bills, food, and a little entertainment. And they cool. They don't want to grow. They don't want to do no more. Those the ones that was on the slave field, on the plantation. And when Harriet Tubman was ready to go, them the ones that were saying, we's a good here. Master feeds us. Master clothes us. Them the ones I'm talking about. They didn't want to grow. They didn't want to take the challenge. They didn't want to take the sacrifice to become better. This community would not be for the people who are unwilling to grow. Who else? The hyper materialistic or the bougie. You know the black folks I'm talking about, the bougie black folks. The ones who go get a good job or go get some money. And the first thing they do is go run to a European dealership. They go run to the European designer stores. They go grab their phone and post it all on Instagram. The ones who got the long weave. The brothers who go get the $100, $250 lineups every week, every 3 days. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with nice stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with having nice stuff. But these are the people who measure their success based on materialistic items. These are the people who care more about how they're seen than the impact that they make. This will not be for them. This will not be for the bougie. This will not be for the ones who, love their Benz more than they love their brother. This will not be for the ones who bought that Audi to shit on their brother, to show that they're doing good, but don't give back. This will not be for them. Again, this will not be for the bougie. This will not be for the dividers, the ones who preach separation. The gender wars. This will not be for the women who say niggas ain't shit, and this will not be for the men who say women ain't shit. This will not be for that. Again, this will not be for the people who love to preach division. Are y'all gender war people? This is not for you. This is not the community for you. We understand the issues both parties have, and we're taking accountability for what we can. We're coming together and we're going to grow. That's what this is for. So if you love that gender war shit, this is not for you. Also, the people who love the classism, the rich versus the poor. If you rich, you don't want to associate yourself with the poor. And if you poor, you look down on the rich because you feel like they scammers, they this, they that. This would not be for you. Also, people who believe in colorism, who believe black is elite and everybody else is not it, who talk down on other people, other races, this would not be for you. We love everybody. The truth would be the truth, and you know what truth I'm talking about. We don't have to advertise that. But in a sense, as a community, we love everybody. We're not thinking we're greater than anybody, and we're not going to say anybody's greater than us. We all equal. Like I said, at the end of the day, the truth will be the truth, and you know what truth I'm talking about. Who else will this not be for? This will not be for the people who do not know how to reciprocate. The people who only know how to take, and not give. As black people, we know a lot of them who only like to take and never give back. They need help, you help them out. You need help, they know where to be found. This will not be for them. This will not be for the black people who's only looking for a handout. This is the community where we love to give. We love to help. We love to help and we love to give unconditionally. We love to help and we love to give more than we love to receive. We are the lenders, not the borrowers. That's the community that we're building. Again, we are the lenders and not the borrowers. So if you're a type of person who you always like to receive and receive and receive and receive and never give out, would not be for you. We're not saying that we're not going to help each other. We're not going to say that one of us may be down at one time and we need to help that other person. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is based off of community. We are the givers, not the receivers. We are here to give. We are here to help. And if you are not a person who believes in reciprocation, this community will not be for you. Again, if you are a person who does not believe in reciprocation, this community will not be for you. And lastly, This community will not be for the willfully ignorant. Again, the people who are willfully ignorant, this community will not be for you. The people who have no interest in learning our history, our culture, who want to move the needle forward, this will not be for you. And it's okay. You know, the people who laugh at intelligence, the people who think spiritual growth and wisdom is corny, the people who laugh at when you, people who laugh when you are on a self-improvement journey to better yourself, this will not be for them. This will not be for them. And I'm not saying that we're going to, close the door on these people. No, we would just not be an energetic match for these people. Point blank period. We would just not be an energetic match. The topics, the things, the way that we move, it would just not be an energetic match. People will cross themselves out. So when we got through the who is this community would not be for, I have some core pillars about what this community will stand for. If you're still here, I appreciate you. If you're still here, that means that you are one of the people who, want to grow, want to do better for yourself, want to do better for the community, want the community to grow. You want to see improvement. You believe that we can be great. And you're ready to take that plunge. You're ready to take that jump. You're ready to take that leap. And I'm here with you. This will not be backed by religion. To me, religion creates too much separation. Again, religion creates too much separation. This will not be backed by any kind of religious anything. No. We all coming together under one accord for improvement. So the 7 pillars. We believe in legacy. Legacy over lifestyle. The things that we building now is not only just for us, it's for the future. Again, it's not only just for us, it's for the future. It's for the future generation. Our kids, our nieces, our nephews, the unborns, the unborns, the unborns. We can't be thinking for 5 years, 10 years down the line. We got to be thinking about 50, 100, 150, 200 years down the line, 300 years down the line. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in now, systematically, because when they were making these rules, when they were doing these adjustments, I'm talking about the powers that be, they weren't thinking about 5 years, 10 years. They was thinking about 400 years down the line. And that's the type of timing we need to be on. Number 2, discipline and dignity. We move with structure, purpose, and honor in everything. Again, we move with structure, purpose, and honor. We have foundations. We have structure. We abide by certain rules, guidelines, things that hold us in place, things that hold us accountable. We are purposeful in our action. We are purposeful in any and everything that we do. It's a purpose to everything. We're just not doing things just willy-nilly. We don't make moves willy-nilly just because. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason. And we honor everything. We respect everything, everybody. We respect everything because at the end of the day, we all know it is made from God. So what would we look like disrespect anything that is made from God? Number 3, wealth is a tool, not a trophy. Again, wealth is a tool, not a trophy. Financial stability is a tool used for building and not for flexing. We're not having all this money to flex on our brothers that ain't got it, who's less fortunate. We're not using all this money to buy all the toys and all the cars and all the jewelry and all the clothes and all of this and all of this and all of this and all of this just to be flexing on people, just to show that we got it. And we ain't doing nothing to give back. I'm not saying having money is bad. I'm not saying that you can have no money and enjoy the nice trinkets of life and buy the cars and buy the clothes. I'm not saying that. Because that's a part of life and I understand it. But what I'm saying is the main priority for wealth is not a trophy. It's not to stunt on the next person. Ultimately, wealth is a tool, wealth is a resource, and we are going to use it to build. We're going to use it for security. Remember, wealth is a tool, not a trophy. What's the point of having money and your brother's still down? And you didn't even create an avenue for your brother to make money. You know, and that's my problem I have with a lot of rappers. The whole rhetoric, oh, this nigga broke, this nigga broke, this nigga this nigga this. You know, all their new music is talking about how the next person ain't got it and how they got it. Yet, the money that they making is off the pain and off the struggle, off of the people that they talking about. I'm not going to get into that. Number 4, cultural pride without ego. Again, cultural pride without ego. We can have pride amongst ourselves. We can have pride that we are a black community. We can have pride that we the new black community. We can have pride in who we are as black people. We can have pride in all that and not tear down the next people, not talk about the next people. You know how some black communities like to talk about these people and these people and these people as if black people are elite and everybody else ain't this or that. That's not us. We respect everybody. We love everybody. We want to do business with everybody. We respect everybody's culture, just as we want people to respect our culture. All right, big dog. Again, we want everybody to respect our culture just like we respect their culture. How do we expect people to respect us and then we go down talking down on other people's culture and other people this and other people that? Again, like I said, if what we know about black people, if what we know about us is the truth, then we don't have to go out publicizing it. It would just be what it is. Other than that, we need to respect everybody else. We need to come respectful. And to me, that was a problem that I had with a lot of black groups, is that they came out the gate talking about everybody else, talking down about everybody else. You hear the Hebrew Israelites talking down on white folks. And I just be like, if you so high and mighty, why you got to talk down on the next person? That was one issue I've always had with them. How they even talk down on their own people. You know? I've always had an issue with that. And it wasn't like they were trying to bring a mirror up. It was like they were literally talking down. So this new black community, we're not talking down on other communities. We got cultural pride, but we ain't got no ego. We respect everybody. Again, we respect everybody. Number 5, mind over materialism. Again, mind, wisdom, knowledge, thinking over materialism. As black people, a lot of times nowadays, we respect materialism over wisdom, over knowledge. We give a person kudos because they got a brand new Benz, but we never ask them anything knowledgeable or wisdom from them or how they got about it. We never ask them these things. So yet we hold them in a higher light because they have these toys and these trinkets and these cars and things. Yet we never ask them about anything wise that could back it up. Therefore, we put them on a higher plateau than people who have knowledge, who have wisdom, who may not have all these trinkets and toys. I remember Muhammad Ali said this one thing. One time he said, he was doing an interview and they asked him, why do you have these Rolls Royces and these Bentleys and all these things? And he said, because my people, these are the only thing that my people pay attention to. Again, they asked Muhammad Ali, they said, why do you have these Rolls Royces? And he said, this is the only thing that would get my people's attention. I can't come around there in a regular car. My people are not going to pay attention to me. And that's how I know, as black people, we value materialism over we value knowledge and wisdom. So what I'm saying is that we need to value knowledge and wisdom, and then everything else comes later. We're going to have the toys. We're going to have the cars. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying that type of shit. We got to put knowledge and wisdom first. We got to put intelligence in the mix. We have to. We have to respect all that before we respect the cars and the Rolexes and this and this. And we can't think down on somebody else who don't have that. Number 6, action over appearance. Like I said briefly before, it's a lot of us who love to show up, when shit go down. There's a lot of us who love to show up, hop on TV, looking all nice, looking all this, looking all that for appearance, but don't never take no action when it's time for us to take action. We're not about that. We are about action over appearance. We are judged by what we build and not how we look. And you know we love to look good, but this is not the time for that. It's time for us to build. We're not going to be judged on how nice our outfits look and this and this and this and this. No, it's time up for all that. Again, it's time for us to be judged on what we are building, not how we're looking. And not how we're looking as far as just simply materialism, like the clothes and things of that sort, but even deeper than that, how we look as a community. You know? How does the outside look at us? Do they look at us as just some flamboyant, flashy, designer wearing, European car driving niggas? Or do they know us as builders? Again, and lastly, I should say, unity through accountability. Unity through accountability. It's time for us to check each other, uplift each other. It's time for us to grow together. No excuses. We holding each other accountable. We holding ourselves accountable, and we holding each other accountable. We might slip, we might fall, but we there to pick each other up. We're there for one another. We hold the mirror up to one another. And when the brother holds a mirror up to one another, we don't get mad. We don't get angry. We just see what he's doing, and we need to fix it, and we need to change it. We need to grow. We don't get upset when our brother holds us accountable or our sister holds us accountable. We don't get upset at that. We don't talk down because a brother's holding up a mirror to us and we reject it. We understand that this is all improvement for the community. Again, this is all for the community. Because remember, him holding you accountable or your sister holding you accountable is not just for you, it's for the future generations. And so you can get back on your square so we can look out for the future generations, for the ones to come. I want to get into the infrastructure, but I don't want to get this video too long. But once we start building, now we can get into the math, the science, the engineering, the technology, the arts. We can start building financial hubs, start building wealth, investment circles, real estate, land. We can start dipping into crypto, using wallets, using this, using that, using all the new technology to start building, coming together and building. Schools, libraries, scholarship funds. And I'm not just talking about just for us. I'm talking about even we go back to the hood and we helping the ones who don't got no help. I'm talking about we helping ex-felons, ex-cons, this, that, everybody. We're not just looking out for people who look just like us. Like the boule only look out for the boule, and the black Greeks only look out for the black Greeks, and the bougie only look out for the bougie. No, we looking out for everybody. But in order to be a part of this community, you have to abide by our guidelines. But don't mean that we can't help you if you're in need. But ultimately, we're here to help us first. In order to help yourself first, you have to separate yourself. Again, you have to separate yourself first in order to help yourself. Then when we separate ourselves and we help ourselves, then we can help others. Anyways, let me know how y'all feel about this. It's your favorite cousin Rich. Should the remnant separate ourselves from the black community? Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.